hello, everyone. Hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Sipping in the Sip with your girl, Sabrina. Please like, share, follow, request, comment on all platforms. Free. On all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Sippers, get your drinks together. Grab them, fill them up, whatever you need to do. Get the mugs out, them glasses out, them wine glasses, them bottles, them cans. Get what you need to get. I think that was enough time for y'all. Um, I hope y'all got y'all drinks and everything too, girl. Cause we finna get it pussed up in. Let me know what y'all drinking on in them young comments. I'm drinking on some a tea concoction. Whew, 'cause I have not been feeling good, man. This March, April and May, June, that's too much. Like, I don't like it. My everything acting up at this point. So I got me a tea concoction. Freak, that's too sweet. It's March Madness. I need y'all to spring up, spring out, and be the best you. Ooh, y'all just don't feel too great. I be so tired between work and my nephew. Honey, it be hard to get stuff done. But I am determined that today I am going to get the job done. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about Kerrion going live on IG with Reid. First and foremost, I am glad that we finally heard from him. Now we need to hear from his daddy and his mama, just to make sure everything all right. I mean, not that they need to respond to any of the allegations that are out here. Just so we know they still alive and well would be great. You dig? But I don't know about Easter. If Kirk don't be on the little thing for Easter with Oprah. Uh, just like don't forget that Easter y'all gotta watch the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire Verses. Make sure y'all get on it. Uh, um, Pretty much, Larry approached this whole IG live that he requested to be on or whatever. He approached it really to be. It was a man to man talk. The Wiley Show do have that particular video on his page because Kerrion did not keep it up, and he made that very clear during the live that he was not keeping it up. So because I thought he was gonna keep it up, when he was going live, something else was going on, so I couldn't just watch the live, and I thought I was gonna go back to it, so I couldn't. But when I went on the Wiley show. Really not too long after the live, he was posting that, so that was so perfect for me because I was looking for it. I had to type it in. Where did it go? And Wiley page popped up. He had that live. So when he had the live though, he was it was already in conversation. So at first I was a little bit confused. But anyway, we got the gist of it all. Pretty much Kerrion was talking about his sexuality, and no matter what it is or may be, women is still trying to get at your boy. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying, it was so cute. I like the way he talked. Um, then somebody commented and was like, "Just admit that you gay," and Larry pretty much responded to that like, WTF, you know, who has to admit or hide in 2021? But then Kerrion, he was talking about his facial hair and lips. It's like, I don't know, it was a whirlwind of a conversation. So hopefully y'all can keep up with me the way I was trying to keep up with how he was trying to respond to the things that Larry was saying to him, and how you just gotta know how to go in a complete circle. So he was talking about his facial hair and lips after that conversation. I don't know about the gay comment. Then he was like, "Yeah, he understand because my facial hair and my lips. You know." I'm like, okay, what? Um, and pretty much he was just talking about how he wanted to get his generation to really dig deep into their emotions, and he said he was going to do it through his music and everything else. He like he was like, I waited until I was 30 to publicly say I was a producer, and his producer is the sound and cinematography. And this is what he says his brain is pretty much made up of, and how he only do professional work. um Larry kept telling him, "Boy, you just like your daddy," and he like, no," and he like, "Nah, not like how you thinking," and Larry like, "Nah, y'all look alike. Y'all got the same jokes, the aneurysms, everything else like that." And then he was just telling him like, "And your talent is on a whole nother level, of how he can, click in into everything, So that was pretty cool. And then Kerrion just went into a shoe like, people been in his business since birth, and that he had a bodyguard at the age of 12, but now that he is 32, 20 years later, he has absolutely nothing. So I'm like, what? What? Why you ain't got nothing going on, bookie boo? That's weird. But I'm gonna need for you all to like, share, dislike, comment, all those good old things like did. It would be so nice. Um, and then Kerrion went on to say like, how the world is treating him is why he will be protecting his son forever, because they gonna try to hang him like he feel that we did him. You know what I'm saying? He be like, "Y'all gonna try to hang my son the same way y'all trying to hang this." So people came for him, he say, because they know that his daddy Kirk does not rock with him. And he like, all he been getting is a lot of fake love. Um, he been getting a lot of fake love, the leaks, and a whole bunch of lies. So that was it. It's like some of this stuff was kind of sad to hear, and then he just with it to the, I'm not, what he say? I'm not commenting on nobody he don't care about. And he was talking about Tasha K and Judas referring to CJ, the dude who had leaked that other audio. Um, and he like, I don't know about the audio and can't nobody play him. Just that simple. Larry asked him about his son because, like I said previously, he was saying like he got to protect his son, which would make you believe that some way somehow he has a son. But he like everybody his son, even you. Larry, you my son. Everybody my son. I'm daddy now. I was killing myself laughing. Um, he not sad or nothing like that. He said he dealt with that a while ago. And he like no matter what or when he say something, he an artist. And when you see his post, it may be wrong, but it's not fake. And he living righteously. So, uh, I guess he's saying he know that some of the stuff that he posted, he probably shouldn't have posted it, and I'm gonna assume that's what he mean by wrong. But it's not fake. It is his truth. So you can take it how you want to. I guess that what he was pretty much trying to say. And he like, shoot, because when the tourists say they done with you, you no longer exist to them. And I'm like, oh my God. And Larry, like you want the love of your family that you love. And he like, no, because I can love from a long hand spoon, like his grandma used to tell him all the time. And he just went on and it was like, nobody is respecting God the way that everybody acting on social media or whatever. Then he was like, he ain't never get a chance to meet his grandfather before he died, which was recently. I don't know if you guys caught like during the midst of like right after he was doing like the different interviews and stuff. Kirkhead was saying he was gonna go home. I mean, go and see his father. And after he left from seeing his father, he went on and passed. So maybe his grandfather had probably stayed alive long enough just to be able to meet with his son. And after he saw him, he was, I guess he felt good in that and got everything he needed off his chest and went on to be with the good Lord. Um, and Kerrion, like he feel he didn't get to meet him because of shame and guilt in Kirk's household. And I was like, okay then. So whatever happened in 2006, all I know is he is saying he is the black sheep, aka y'all know what the black sheep is. That's always the goat. So he gonna have the million soon, sooner than later. Cause I guess he gonna get on his job and do what he need to do. Um, and then when Larry asked him what was the truth about him being a Franklin, he like, I'm a hair away from changing my last name. Uh, no one has called him. It's a lot of fake love going on, and I guess the family thing or whatever going on or that. But he like, ain't nobody called him and said nothing to him. So I was like, dang, like, yo, you would think Kirk would at least give him a call and be like, get off social media, something, anything, your mama or something, like, I'm finna go do this interview, so da da da, like, ain't nobody talk to him or whatever, so that's so messed up. But I'm gonna need for you guys to like, share, dislike, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. And so Larry was just asking him, so like, when you last talked to your mom? And he was okay. He was asking about when he talked to his mom, and then he asked him, I mean, then he told him, he like, yeah, we all know that she had text or whatever, but when have you like literally talked to her, like heard her voice or whatever? And he was like, maybe 3 to 5 years. And he was like the same with his dad. And he like, but you just recently had that conversation. And he was like, um, please read between the lines of my daddy interview. Did y'all not catch his interview and you didn't read in between them lines? Like, all the time he talking to his daddy like it's an argument, it's an issue. Um, but his mom did text while all of this stuff is in media, but she just have not called his phone, and that is so not cool at all. And he like, your mom goes to the radio and do an interview and didn't even call. I'm like, man, this is so messed up. And then Kerrion was like, when Larry had said that, he like, see, that's the problem with y'all older generation. Y'all want us to believe everything y'all say, but this generation need facts, like straight up facts. I was like, oh my god, like that is so freaking true. And he was like, cause his parents, he feel like his parents hate how easy it is, that these kids can make money on their phone. And in his mind, he like, my daddy didn't want me to go out and get a manual labor job. And he like, we ain't slaves no longer to no job. And Larry agreed with this too as well, because I'm like, facts. Because and the only reason why Larry agreed to it, because he know like how you can make money off of your phone. Because he like, yeah, because I make $100,000 off my phone. And it's like, so now I feel Larry can now get the older generations to be like, you don't really got to work hard like that. Just sit on your butts, because we ain't slaving to nobody jobs no more. And then Larry was asking about the audio that CJ had put out, and Kerrion debunked every time he said something, but he ain't say nothing, but he said something. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he ain't had nothing to do with it, and he ain't feeding no energy into it or acknowledging it, especially if it didn't come from him. That's pretty much what he was saying. I ain't feeding into it. I ain't acknowledging none of that. It ain't come from me. That's all I know. But he did talk of it. You get what I'm saying? We do know now that you know CJ, because you said, Kerrion, that he had been stalking you. Like the dude that been stalking me, going all through LA, China. I'm like, okay, you should not have said that much. If you weren't gonna say nothing about it at all, you should not have said nothing about it at all. You should have kept it like it was. But you had already previously said that CJ was stalking you, and you was trying to act like you didn't know his name. Told us he got too many names and all that extra stuff. So then, when Larry bring up Tasha K, he like, I don't care what she talking about. Period, point blank, that's that. And she still hitting him up. And he was pretty much telling her to give him some time. Then he was like, and now I'm supposed to be hitting on her producer. And he was just like, well, if you want me bad enough, pay the price or just leave him alone. I figured he didn't want no interview, and that's why the price was so freaking high, because he did not want to do the interview. Okay. I didn't know which one it was. God dog. It's a lot. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. This seems like an emergency or something. It's a lot going on at the same darn time. Hold on. is a coming. Is a coming. Where is you at? Do not disturb. Okay. Woohoo! But yeah, I figured he didn't want to do that no way. I knew he didn't want to do no interview. I don't cover nobody say I've been saying it because I know he ain't been charging no prices like that. Um, and he feel like the only reason why she was ever hitting him up to begin with, which I thought in the beginning, she said they had been working together for weeks, and but she didn't have no information on none of this stuff or any of these videos coming out. So I knew it was pretty weird because he like the only reason why she was hitting him up because she deal in drama. It ain't like she was trying to get like no real information or trying to figure out something. You just wanted to know the drama side, try to get into day business as always. And I was like, well dang, he for real and he ain't playing. So please like, share, dislike, comment. Please know that it is very free to do these things. You know, no issues here. Either way, however you do it, you can thumb it up or down. I don't mind. Let me know you at that though, and I know if you thumb it down and you went through it and watched it, that's cool with me too. And I'm married on that, but man, I like however you do it. Then he went on to tell Larry how he loved the fact of how he pretty much had said that both of them were wrong, and that's pretty much what he was saying. It's like that's how I'm gonna grow. Um, his intent really, the reason why he put the audios out was for his dad to just treat him a little better, and he did not want none of us bashing him or his dad. I guess he was thinking like maybe we would hear that and maybe we would hit Kirk up and be like, come on now, you could talk to your son better than that or do better than that. And he did not appreciate how y'all was going in on his dad because that was never his intention. And if you talking about some y'all saying you can't say this stuff and talking about don't counsel Kirk, I mean he was saying y'all was trying to counsel Kirk and he like no, that ain't what I want, and y'all ain't gonna counsel nothing. And they like, well, you don't got nothing. He was like, I already said, like y'all ain't counseling my daddy. It's just as simple. That wasn't his intentions. His intentions only was for his dad to really just um, treat him a little bit better. And I felt like that means and tells a lot about his character and who he is. Um, and he lived by a proverb. I mean, he lived by African proverb. What is it? A child not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel the warmth. And all I can say is that is his stance. And pretty much since he leaked these audios, he like, hey, I feel warm. I feel warm. Nah, I feel it. It feel good out here. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, that's what's up. And for him to be so young and the stuff that he was saying was kind of meticulously thought. And I know that this is something he do every day, all day, because the way it was coming up, like when he was talking about the older generation and the way he was throwing out the Bible verses, like, yeah, you want to tell me about this verse and only this verse, not the whole chapter, not the whole book, not nothing. And he was throwing out verses like, talk about that, something I know about, talk about this. And hey, he was on it. I don't know if he had to be in the back. I think he was in the vacation Bible class school too. I went to vacation Bible school and we had to, I don't even remember the name of it, where you had to get to the verse, be the first one to get to the verse, read the verse, all that stuff to win or whatever. I remember that same thing, Kerrion. He was calling him out though. I liked it. Um, him being disconnected from Kirk, uh, it really hurt him. And I'm gonna tell y'all the honest to God truth. When he said it, I promise you, I felt the hurt in his voice, in the way, in his delivery. Like I felt his pain when he said it. And he was like, it hurt, Larry. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt it like it wasn't a joke. And I know Larry felt it because he was like, man, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like he felt like it was very, this is real. That hurt that boy that he is not connected to his daddy. And he like he knows that that his audios went viral because of the many elements and the shock value of the elements. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say I was truly in shock. Like I said in a previous video, I really did not know Kurt can cuss from his soul. Now I know I believe that everybody can cuss, but baby, he was cussing from his soul. You hear me? You hear me? Y'all heard of you D words could kill or something like that. If Kirk words could have killed that day, Buddy would have been dead. Do you hear me? Uh and so Larry just was asking him like, how is everything going on with him and how he felt about everything that has went on with social media. And he just like, it's me against the world. Um, he had been neglected, and he rather for it to be him against the world. Other than being at his granny house and no one gets invited to Kirk's for Sunday loving and dinner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so my grandma, I guess, so his grandma can be able to go to Kirk house and be okay with it. I guess that's the only way, you know. His grandma, I guess, because I'm going to assume that his grandma not allowed over Kirk's name house if Kerrion is there. I don't know what that's about, and that's kind of weird. Like, huh? But that's neither here nor there. Somebody on the live, they was asking him for his cash app, and he was like, "Go find it." And if you send him money, shoot, y'all starting a relationship. Like, he ain't needy. I don't need nothing like that. Like, if you send me something, you know, we starting a relationship. And Larry kept telling him, why is you acting up? These folk want to bless you, and you sitting up here acting up. He like, nah, man, them folks ain't stepping. You know what I'm saying? Kerrion just ain't having it, y'all. He is just not having it. And then after he told him he was acting up or whatever, he like, man, you is just like Prince and Tone. You know, just like with that artist attitude, like not saying it, because then he was like, so who else I'm like? He was saying some serial killers or something. I was like, oh my god. So he was like, no, not in that type of way. No. And then he was explaining about how everybody had skipped over the comment on his daddy page. I think it was a picture of Kirk and Tammy having dinner, and he was, I guess, saying he couldn't afford water, and how he was saying that, but he still her nigga or whatever. He was like, I had posted up under there that picture or whatever. Please like, share, dislike, comment. Don't forget that it is very free to do so. But he was like, he bet Kirk $10,000 that he wouldn't call him that day, I guess with TD Jakes or whatever, since he can't afford water right before the audio leak. This is what he had did. Like, so before the audio leak, like, I guess this was his last chance trying to at least have some type of conversation with his dad, or let him know how he was feeling or something. I'm not sure how it really went, but I do know that that was what one of the things that he talked about. Like, this was like a day or two right before he leaked those audios or whatever. And Larry like was TD Jakes on the phone earlier during that cussing video. And TD Jake's supposed to be the family counselor or whatever. Um, and Kerrion gonna say, "Is that what I said?" And he was like, "If I'm 51 and I had a son in counseling for years, personally, that counselor would have made a statement for me. I wouldn't have went on there and did no apology touring or none of that. Like, I would have just told the counselor, like, hey, we've been in counseling all these many years. I'm gonna need you to make a statement for him or whatever." But Larry, like, uh, yeah, true enough. The fact that Kurt went on social media, stupid. I don't care what nobody say. That was the dumbest idea he came up with. Just like it was the dumbest idea when T.I. decided to talk out his neck. Talking about he ain't gonna put his bed. Listen, him. You should just shut up. Where is the PR at, you guys? Y'all need that bad. And so anyway, Kerrion like, maybe the counselor just don't exist. And that he need all the receipts as well. Just like we want receipts, he needs receipts as well. Cause he want to know all the counseling sessions or whatever that he done missed. And he want to know, was they waiting, calling, crying, or left a voicemail for him to come to these sessions? Because apparently he knew nothing about that. He been in counseling for years. He would not be keeping this live up. Like I said in the beginning of this, he let it be known right then and there. He would not be keeping this live up. And Larry is like, he think he really should. You know what I'm saying? And he like, but for what, Larry? Shoot, at the end of your next video, you gonna say, you gonna say at the end of your next video, yeah, he probably still lying with your looking ass. I was killing myself laughing. I was like, this man is a whole comedian. And Larry even got tickled. And then he was like, no, I wouldn't do that because his job requires him to be unbiased. And he also was like, I believe you over your parents, because at the end of the day, he thought about it and he was like, they the ones who got a lot to lose, so they gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? He don't have nothing, Kerrion have nothing to lose or anything to gain by leaking these audios. But by these audios being leaked, oh, heck yeah, Kurt can lose a lot. And so he gonna lie his way through that thing. So I kind of understood that part. And then I think something was said, and but this wasn't the first time that Larry had said nigga, but this time I think he called it and it was a little more clear, and he was like, he kind of just checked him a little bit, like, please don't call me nigga, cause my daddy called me that way too much, and I was like, dang. And he was just going on to say, like, I ain't never cussed or disappointed my dad, disrespected my dad, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? But everyone keeps saying he is very disrespectful. I'm like, and then he was like, even if I did say a cuss word, do that cause is for you to do me like that for a cuss word. Even if he's like, I never disrespected or cussed my dad. Like, them is real facts. Please like, share, dislike, comment, please, and thank you. And I feel like, you guys, they need to go on Ayanla Fix My Life, so the world can see the truth, because it's a whole bunch of he said, She said, and somewhere in the midst of all this, there is a truth. And just for the record, he did not cuss at Kirk on that audio. He was pretty much repeating everything that Kirk was saying to him. He did not cuss his dad. Like, I seen a lot of videos saying like, well, he was cussing, he was saying this. No, that's what Kirk was saying to him. Like, if you go back and listen to it, Kirk was saying those things to him, and he was just pretty much repeating what his dad was telling him. And he like, shoot, I'm breaking generational curses. And he is not scared of his dad. And he just don't want to be alone with him because he not trying to be the one on in these streets talking about some Kerrion beat up his daddy Kurt. That's not something that he is trying to freaking do at this moment in time. So John P. Key chimes in. And Kerrion really messes with him. Like, he is real. And as a kid, Kerrion really admired him coming up. And he like, shoot, I'm just gonna stay focused and mindful of all of my mistakes or whatever. And right now, at this moment in his life, he is about love and light vibes only. You dig? So John P. Key wants to join in on the live. But Kerrion does not know how to add John P. Key into the live. So Larry like, I'm going to give you his number when we get done or whatever. And all I can say is Kerrion is, when he said John P. Key was on that line the first time, Kerrion is very excited. He almost is like a child in this moment. Like, now he is smiling from ear to ear. In that moment, all I can truly say is he was very happy. He just like lit up. You know what I'm saying? He really lit up. And so John P. Key tells Larry like, yeah, link us up when they done. But he is literally in the comments. But Kerrion is not reading the comments, but Larry is. So he was just telling them. And Kerrion like, why he can't hit my DM? I'm like, oh my God, that is so freaking cute. I swear. I was like, oh my goodness. So Larry a Aquarius, and Kerrion like my daddy is too. And he like, nah, okay, that's why y'all weird. Yeah, y'all is weird. And he kept saying it. It was so funny because he kept saying it. And Larry like, okay, you gonna get up off these Aquarius. I was too through. And then so Kerrion pretty much like, my phone gonna hang up, and he had already gave us too much of his time. And he like, this is a huge lesson to be careful what you post. And I want to reiterate that. That is like, if this have not taught all of us something, and that is just know that what you post, when you thinking ain't nobody paying you no attention, they really are. And then when you respond to something such as this, oh yeah, you're gonna really make people pay it a lot of attention. But hopefully he really learned from this and don't post nothing like that no more. Please like, share, comment, dislike. You guys, it is very, very free. It don't cost absolutely nothing. So by this time, you guys, John P. Key did DM Kerrion. And he like, I need godly mentorship in my life. And I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. But I am glad that we did hear from him, and he in great spirits. I think it was like close to an hour that the Wiley show had got. So we got a whole hour of a straight man talk. You know what I'm saying? It was a man to man talk. There was no disrespect. Uh, Nothing was taken personal by either of the two, which I thought was pretty good because you know how any little thing could set anybody off and it could just go all kind of ways. Well, in this case, it did not, and everything went off like a hitch. Now he appeared to be like unlayering himself as he was like he was getting more and more comfortable as he talks to Larry. Like at first he was kind of like bottled up and like this here, but the approach that Larry took, you know what I'm saying? He just started layering it all down and getting everything off his chest. And I just want to say, like, I felt like John P. Key was his light at the end of the tunnel because of how he lit up. Like, oh, he was really free then. By the time John P. Key, like, yeah, he was excited. So I know, like, he really admired that man while he was growing up. Like, you can tell, like, and he was saying it as well. He like, oh, I used to watch him the entire time. Like, people used to be on pins and needles when John P. Key was in the building. And baby, let me tell y'all, I sung all these songs. John P. Key is one of the best gospel artists out here. So let me know what you guys are thinking about this situation down in those good old comments. You dig? Please continue to take care of y'all bodies. Praying as God to guide y'all through the pandemic. If you would like to donate or support your girl, you can cash at me at Sippers20. That's Sippers with a capital S, and don't forget the $sign in the front. I'm praying for us some blessings, y'all, and healing for us all, because I need God to bless us all, because we need a blessing. I'm telling you, to wake up in the morning, I need that blessing. So I'm praying that we all get that blessing and we all wake up. Please like, share, subscribe, request, support, comment on all of the platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Until next time, sip on that, make it make sense, and let's get it, let's get it, let's go, let's go, let's get it, let's get it, let's go. Oh.